Hi everyone, I'm Lawrence Lynch. I'm the founder of Metatron Consulting. I want to tell you a little bit about Metatron, about us, what we do, and why we're different to so many consulting firms out there. In particular, maybe some of the big four and larger firms. So I'm going to touch on that a little bit later. Um, First of all, just to give you a little bit of background about myself and my credentials. So I've spent majority of my career in pharmaceuticals. Worked for some really massive heavyweights like Novartis, Pfizer, Shire, Takeda. Spent 16 years actually in Pfizer, and in 7 years in Shire and Takeda as part of the integration. And look, I want to start my discussion about what I've done in terms of implementing ERP systems. So at Pfizer, I was the lead of a major ERP program. Uh, we deployed a new greenfield ERP system, and I want to just talk a little bit about my role in that. So I was the overall lead, both from an implementation and design perspective. So I oversaw the design of the entire ERP system from the perspective of finance, procurement, supply chain, order to cash, distribution, end to end. We had to design everything at the highest standard you can imagine to comply with pharmaceutical regulations, local regulations, SOX on the financial side, for example. So you can imagine, the intensity of that program. But we had a fantastic program, and we really implemented high quality solutions. So that gave us the bedrock really of core ERP gives you the bedrock. So that's a large part of my background is the transformational piece. And then on top of that, we have our ERP system. So then I was really focused in around enhancing, optimizing around the edge of the ERP, but then also working on key strategic business initiatives to figure out how we can better optimize our business operations now to use this new ERP for better or worse, I guess, but in terms of optimizing our operations using more GBS. So I was heavily involved in deploying GBS, so designing GBS, deploying GBS, and doing the migrating activities into GBS centers, transforming finance, GBS, procurement, and HR as a result. So massive business transformation that had to happen. And then in the latter part of my career, I was focused more then on the digital digitization and automation. So driving efficiency and automation then within those business operations and our finance and ERP systems and everything else that hung off it, including CRM. Was even involved in the deployment of major reporting solutions for FPA, for example, and Pfizer, but very much then focusing on optimization and automation. So part of a huge automation push in Takeda, and then also we started looking at how we can now use AI. So to me now we're at the cusp of AI and opportunities there, which is really, really exciting place for us to be now. So if you kind of take that all in context, I have the probably unparalleled experience really of deploying an entire multinational business systems end to end, and then major centralized corporate functions on top, and then really driving a huge program then of continuous improvement, automation. So within the context of all that, I was continually deploying corporate management teams, and improving our program management processes in every company, including implementing portfolio management governance, and then in Takeda actually implementing global process governance, so which allows us to better allows companies rather to better prioritize and optimize their process strategy and where they want to focus on. So look, I suppose I feel I'm very well placed to be the leader of Metatron in terms of what we want to do, as really trying to help companies that are really trying to do transformation on multi levels, right? So we're multi-dimensional, and we understand that, you know, these transformations, these large business transformations slash digital transformations, really it's one now, right? So, you know, you can't do one without the other, right? That doesn't really work now in the modern day. So you really got to consider all aspects of how you're going to optimize your systems within your business, how your business operations will use that system. It's hand in glove. You have to design future state in mind to get the best return on investment, right? And then obviously with artificial intelligence now, you know, we see massive opportunity, right, for companies to really optimize, you know, the grunt work, the low level fruit, hanging fruit, let's say, in terms of stuff that task automation just couldn't quite get. Probably we can pick that up now with AI, right? But then what next, right? Where do we need to focus on? So I think a lot of it's going to be around looking at customer experience, user experience within the systems, within the enterprise, and really driving that customer experience and optimal ways of working at an enterprise level, right? So Metatron, we want to be at the heart of that, right? So whether you're embarking on a GBS journey, you're embarking on a ERP journey, or you're already through that and you want to really figure out what you want to do in terms of developing your digital transformation program, or maybe it's more, you know, more niche or more pointy than that, then listen, we're well placed as a leader of the organization. You know, my credentials speak for themselves, and you know, anyone that works for me, you know, certainly has to be, you know, at the highest level in terms of their capabilities and understanding, whether that's at a functional level for the business process work that we do, or at a technical level for the automation and AI solution delivery that we do, our program delivery. So, you know, we have the best project managers, best change managers, and you know, we have the best playbook that's out there. You know, I speak to a lot of clients about the big four, and they got big problems. You know, I think they've embarked on these huge transformation programs, and you know, it's been very helpful to bring in the big four with all the, let's say, the capability, capacity to have to build the business cases, and to have the use cases, and to have, you know, let's say, the boilerplate stuff that really sells the strategy at the C-suite. But then ultimately, as the client, you really then are left holding the bag in terms of implementation, because 9 times out of 10 implementations haven't gone well, you know, from the clients I've spoken with. So I think that's where we would be different. We're very much focused on the implementation has to mirror what was agreed. You know, it has to be the same. So what we agreed to implement, and when it needs to be implemented, the scope, the timelines, the budget. I think it's really critical that, you know, that's all scoped properly up front, and everyone goes in eyes open, and we have a mature conversation about the art of the possible, and lock that in, and let's do it, right? So we have a very simple model. It's a fixed price. We do fixed price only on projects, and we scope them out. We fix the price, 50% up front, 50% when the work is done. Oh, we don't get paid. Hey, we get paid. 100% we get paid. And we also put in clauses, so if we're late, we get penalties. We have no penalties, because we always scope it out properly. We do it the right way, and we do it with pride in terms of our work, and we want to build, you know, long-lasting relationships with our clients. And you know, we're just a little bit different, right? We're just a little bit different to maybe what else is out there, and you know, we're determined to shake things up. And listen, we really look forward to hearing from you. So if you are at any stage of your transformation and digital transformation journey, for sure we can help you accelerate that, do it better, you know, obtain your goals, and make sure that you're consistent in terms of what you say, what you do, right? So that's really key. And I think that, you know, I'm gonna get that tattooed somewhere, you know, what you do what you say, right? And I think quite often in projects, for whatever reason, we see that that doesn't happen, right? Because maybe we're not clear enough, we're not pointy enough on what it is we need to do, and be laser focused on delivering that. With all of the complexity that I just covered taken into consideration, so all of the dependencies. When we manage projects down to the activity level. So we know exactly what needs to be done, when it needs to be done by whom. Project management, reporting, status, risk management, all automated, built on top. So we know when something's slipping, we're jumping on it. We don't care if it's us, client, or whoever. We got to make sure that we address that, and we keep things moving in the right direction. So listen, that's just a little update from myself in terms of Metatron and what we're all about. As I said, we do things differently, but we look forward to hearing from you, and talk soon.